Good morning, everyone. This is our guidepost, our signpost for the day. Some inspirational thoughts at the beginning of the day, and this is a poem that I wrote in 2018, and it's called Love Is. Love is not possession. Love is not dependence. Love is not born of need or greed. Love is not lust. Love does not hold onto or grasp. Love is giving. Love is letting the other soul run free and be themselves. Love is shown from a place of independence to another similar place. It is not about codependence. Love is a kiss. Love is passion without the need to possess. Love is deep, deeper, deepest, without dependence. Love is about giving, not taking. Love is lightly touching with tenderness, intensity of emotion, but with the freedom to walk away, always present. It is not stifling. Love worth having is unconditional. It's from the heart.
That's beautiful.
It's very difficult to I started off as a romantic poet. I started writing poems to my girlfriend of the time, Christine, and really expressing emotion from my heart. And this was a kind of poem to redress the balance, because if you read any of those poems, I'm the possessor. She is my girl. And that isn't what love is at all. Love isn't an insistence of you will do as I say. That's not love. That's control. And unfortunately, like everything else in this world would seem, we talk about material possessions, bank accounts and stuff like that, and controlling the internet, that we won't have an opinion other than our own place there. That those are the things that I'm not in favor of anymore. I was just part of the romantic fool was the one who was listening to Hollywood and happy ever after fairy tales, that kind of thing. And I thought that's how it was. But then when you realize there's another person on the other end of this who's not necessarily wanting to be possessed, they want to be themselves. They don't want to be a chattel of this wonderful boyfriend, so romantic. I suppose I couldn't understand why I was being rejected, but when you stand back and you look at it, then you understand it. And it's not just about romantic love. This poem is about the way that we consider love in all circumstances. You think, because of my church background, I used to be the Junior Missionary Association secretary at the local church. I got then promoted to the circuit. There was 13 churches in the circuit, Methodist circuit, and I became the treasurer for the Methodist Missionary Society within the circuit. And missionaries used to go out and insist that their view of the world was correct, and they used to civilize people with their Christian teachings, because obviously whatever the inhabitants used to believe, that was just folklore and myth and legend and nonsense, but we had the truth of the Word of God. So there's a sense in which we misuse the word love to mean as long as we have good intentions, however bad they may affect the person or the country's autonomy, as long as we have good intentions, that it's okay to insist on certain things. And that isn't what love's about. And being open-hearted, which is something else I was looking at, you know, whether I should share this or this open-hearted piece of writing today, whether or not we are open-hearted, or whether we've understood love in a self-sacrificing way. We give the gift of love, and then it's up to the other person or the other side of this, the ones who this love is supposed to be sent to, whether they accept it or not. It's not a foregone conclusion that just because you believe that you've got pure motives and a good heart, and that you're sharing your love with whatever the situation is, then it's not acceptable that you can insist that love is received. So it's a very difficult thing to be able to see the difference between the two. And it is something that I do struggle with, because I do believe, as we all do, I'm not just claiming it for me, we all believe that we're sensible and we're thoughtful and we're caring and we're loving. Well, I don't know that there's certain people like Genghis Khan who might not think that, but we're all from our own position within life, that we don't mean harm to anyone, but even the love that we show can be misplaced. So any thoughts on that one, Catherine?
Just that it's very appropriate at the moment, because I was thinking it is love that we want to share within the way. And it isn't, we're not foisting it on people. We are sharing with love, our own journeys and where we've been and how we've learned, in the hope that it might be it might help others, but it is sent with, you know, with the most love that we hold. But it is up to the people that are out there to accept it and to take what resonates with them, and if it feels good to them, then great. That's what the intention is. The intention is to send out that love with no expectations, just with the fact that we hold it and we send it out, and we hope it helps. And that's really all we can do. It's not everything else is up to the other person.
What about the rejection then? How do we handle the rejection if they don't want the love that's been shown?
Then they won't stick around. I mean, if it doesn't resonate with them for whatever reason, then they won't be there. They will be making choice, because everything's about choice. It's a choice of whether you want to, where you want to be, what you want to do. And we're all changing. We're all changing all the time. So somebody might want that love. They might accept it, and then they might say it's time to move on, and it's not for me anymore. It's all got to be an individual choice. It's that love's still there. That love is still there, regardless of whether it's accepted or rejected. It's still love.
It's about a conversation. It's about a relationship. Unless it's two-sided, and I also wonder about a two-sided love being symbiotic, you know, that it feeds on itself, that, you know, I'll love you as long as you love me, and then as soon as that person no longer reciprocates in kind, is our love true? You know, would we stop reciprocating? Would we stop showing our love at the time that they reject it, or start being cantankerous, or being less than our lover at the time? No, do we stop loving when the symbiotic nature of our love affairs end? And surely the call of love is to continue to love beyond that person's cantankerousness or rejection or whatever it is. That we are lovers, that it's not dependent on the other person, and it has to be a light touch. It's got to be some kind of freedom there for that person to walk away at any point and say, I'm no longer feeling this, I'm sorry, but or I'm not sorry, I'm leaving, I'm gone. Do we continue to love? Maybe the kind of love that we're showing does change, because you can't love someone who's you cannot be physically attentive to someone who's no longer there. But I think you do need to still be someone who is known. The hallmark of your personality is the hallmark of love, and that's why I wrote the poem. So
that's wonderful. From what you were saying there, just the fact that we're all forever changing, and we love it. If you love someone enough to let them go, is really the test, I suppose, of your own inner strength and your own inner love. I was talking about this just the other day. I felt like sort of we're riding a wave, and sometimes we're riding that wave together with somebody, because we're in that same frequency. We're riding together, and but then sometimes one of us might just go, oh, because we're forever changing, and that other person is like, whoa, hang on a minute, I'm okay just riding this wave down here, and somebody's gone up there to ride up there and experience something else. Now, do you love that person enough? Yes, you do, because you're expressing that love all the time, but you're moving in not different directions, but you seem to be moving apart, because you're exploring different things. Now, do you love that person enough to let them go? Yes, if you're truly expressing what I believe that we are here to do is to love. But sometimes that what might happen is that person then decides themselves to explore up there, and you meet again, and you might meet again in what can be seen as different circumstances, because you've both expanded, you've grown, and you've taken on more, sort of different lessons. You've embodied different lessons. So sometimes it might be appropriate to just let people be, and let them ride their own wave. And you ride your wave, because what also is important is that love of yourself, the self-love that allows you to be expressive, to walk your own path. And ultimately, we have to walk our own path, because otherwise we're stifling. We're stifling to be with that person. We stifle ourselves. So you have to allow your own truth. And when you allow your own truth, then I think that's the main thing. Love yourself.
Yeah.
I love others.
Because if you don't love yourself, then you're not in a good place to love anyone else. You can't do something that you've not shown, because you're with yourself always. That's the one certainty in this life, that you have you with you. Unless you get dementia, you've got you with you all the way. Whereas other characters come in and out of your life. Okay, this is the poem. It's called Love Is. Love is not possession. Love is not dependence. Love is not born of need or greed. Love is not lust. Love does not hold on to or grasp. Love is giving. Love is letting the other soul run free and be themselves. Love is shown from a place of independence to another's similar place. It is not about codependence. Love is a kiss. Love is passion without the need to possess. Love is deep, deeper, deepest, without dependence. Love is about giving, not taking. Love is lightly touching with tenderness, intensity of emotion, but with the freedom to walk away, always present. It is not stifling. Love worth having is unconditional. It is from the heart. Namaste.